What's up, bros? I'm Nico, and welcome to another episode of The Elder Scrolls 6 Wishlist. How is your week so far? I hope you are having a great day today. The heat here is very intensive and it's quite hot, but I can't do anything about it, only turn on the fans. Today I have another great topic to discuss with you. If you are just starting with the new series, I highly recommend you to watch the first episode first, which covers freedom and exploration. So please pause the video and go watch the other one. Remember, this is just my personal opinion and I share what I like and want to see in the next game. I would love to know your opinion as well. Please leave a comment below and share with everyone else what do you want in the next The Elder Scrolls. This episode is about immersion, and I think that any game of the franchise should have great immersion. I keep finding flaws that kill my immersion when playing, and this is something I truly enjoy in these games. Getting lost in the world and feeling like I'm part of it, you know? It's awesome, but once you find some immersion killers, everything changes, and I will be sharing all of them with you right now. First of all, I know that you can mod this to change it the way you want, but why not doing it properly? So people don't need to create mods about this. In previous games, the illumination was better than in Skyrim, at least from my point of view. For example, in Skyrim you have few candles and everything is well illuminated. How is that even possible? The lights should be more realistic, because this series is taking place in a medieval world and candles don't illuminate that much. Even on dungeons where is no light at all, you can clearly see everything. At least in most of them. I know that this is a game, but The Elder Scrolls is a game where you can spend thousands of hours playing, but because it's immersive and times fly. In the Skyrim Special Edition there is an improvement on illumination and that's a good sign, but I think that they need to work even harder in the next game to fulfill our expectations. Most of the times you don't need any kind of magic to illuminate something. Torches are quite useless unless you add some mods. Because of this, sneaking doesn't feel appropriate. You can understand how enemies can't see you when you are just right there. That's an immersion killer for sure. And this leads us to the next topic. I can see some flaws in the sneaking mechanics. NPCs are very stupid, and you can even find funny animated videos about this. You can hit them with an arrow in the head, and after searching for you just for a few seconds, they go back to normal, acting like nothing happened. This is another immersive killer. Again, you can find some mods about this, but why do you need to create and spend time doing a mod like that when it should be a mechanic inside the game by default? At least they do follow you if you run away and try to escape by leaving the place. Not like in previous game, when you went out they suddenly stopped chasing you and they just kept waiting for you to return. They chasing you no matter what feels real, and that's good. To make it more realistic and immersive, when you made a move on them, they should stay on guard until they kill you or you kill them. They should never go into passive mode again once you attack them. That's what I mean by realistic and immersive sneaking. This could add a lot of strategies as well because you will need to take care of them without others hearing or seeing anything. After talking about sneaking, I need to cover thievery, because here is where I can find most of the flaws that ruin my immersion. Why do NPCs know when I steal something from them? When I started playing Skyrim, I thought that I was spotted by someone, but after playing a lot, I realized that was part of the mechanics. No matter what you do, people will always know that you stole something from them. You don't receive a bounty, but they will hire some bandits to kill you. When you get rid of the bandits, you can loot them and find a note where you can see who hired them. But the awkward part is just starting, because you can go back to that guy and speak to him, and what happens? Nothing happens. The NPC will act like always. And even if he's a merchant and you sell him the contract note, again, nothing happens. That's one of the most immersion killers I can find in Skyrim. At least make it real and add some kind of something, like an ancient sphere from Dwemer's acting like a real-life security camera. But not having anything like that is just getting caught. Even when nobody saw you committing a crime, it doesn't feel immersive or real. Some of the stolen items, same for stolen items. How in the world do they know I have stolen items in my inventory? There is no way people can know I have stolen items. When the guards take you to the prison, they take all the stolen items. How? I don't know. When you try to sell some stolen items to any merchant, you can't. Why? I don't know. You can only sell those items to specific merchants, most of them related to the Thieves Guild. And let me tell you, it doesn't make any sense. In Morrowind, the mechanics for stealing and selling stolen items was perfect. There was not any kind of red mark to items, and the only way to get caught was selling stolen items to the same person you stole from. What do you think about that? Very realistic and immersive, right? Those people know exactly that what are you trying to sell them is their property, and that's when you are fucked up. That's a perfect immersive mechanic, and I want it back. It felt realistic and it was very good. This one is not too important, but it will be nice. Again, I know that there is a mod about this, but it should be in the game by default with better mechanics. What I mean with this topic? Well, you can turn ore into ingots, but why do I can't turn weapons or armors into ingots? As far as I know, that's how people repair broken weapons. They melt the broken weapons and they create it again from scratch. This system can lead to abuse to improve the smithing skill, because you create a sword, You melt it and then you repeat the process over and over, and that won't be good. But adding a solution will be better than not adding this feature. For example, creating something should need more material that you make from melting. I'm not a smithing expert, but as far as I know, you need more material to create something because you lose some of it in the process. If you know about this topic, I would love to know how it works in real life. Maybe I'm wrong, so please leave a comment about it. Even so, these mechanics should be in the game, but as I said, with restrictions to avoid abusing it. Guilds are not small, they are pretty big, and there should be halls in every main city. For example, in Skyrim, I think I know why we don't have any guild halls, and that's because cities are just small towns. I want guild halls back. It felt very immersive because guilds are massive and you were able to find halls in previous games. That's another great feature to avoid fast travel, which I hate. In older games you were able to pay for teleport services. You were able to teleport to different halls in different cities. Each hall had a chest with supplies for member, and that was very awesome, very immersive, very cool, and very helpful. I definitely want that back in the next game. Guilds in Skyrim felt like a small group of people playing to be a guild. In older games, guilds were a massive organization with a lot of people. For me, that feels more real and immersive because you can rely on them no matter the city you are in. Do you need a place to sleep? Do you need to buy spells? Do you need to enchant something? Do you need to sell some magic stuff? You can always go to the nearest hall in the city instead of going all the time to the same friggin' location. That's immersion. I'm not just saying it because I want that, but that's how previous games were. I say this in episode 1, but I feel like I need to say this again when we are talking about immersion. Quests were very short and I can clearly see a lack of content there. There was no feeling of progression. You just do some quests and congratulations, you are the guild master in no time. You should work for it. Adding the rank system again will work perfectly. You start as a rookie, someone not worth of trust. Once you start doing some quests, you will receive a promotion to the next rank, where you have more trust and respect from the guild, and you should get the same from other NPCs as well, to make it more immersive. The system should have restrictions. For example, you need a certain amount of experience or skill to join any guild or faction, but not only that, same for promotions. Doing quests should not be everything. Maybe you did everything you can do, but until you get better, you will not receive any promotion. Your rank can affect how other people treat you, not only in the guild or faction, but everywhere. Also, you need restrictions inside guilds. People will not enchant your shit when you are a rookie, or even talk to you because you are nobody, and they don't know you at all. In other words, they don't trust you enough. The rank system will unlock these features, but not only that, you will have better prices and privileges on high ranks. I don't know about you, but guilds and factions are one of the favorite things to roleplay in any The Elder Scrolls, and that's what I want all this back and implemented in the next game. I want some improvements on this because I don't know why gold, letters, or even keys have no weight at all. It doesn't make any sense. I want more realistic weight mechanics like in older games. In Skyrim, I can have all the money in the world and my weight isn't affected at all. Maybe that's why they removed some classic spells from the franchise like Fortify Carry Weight. I surely know that I want this shit back. This topic leads us to the next one. Why we can't find banks in the Elder Scrolls anymore? Maybe because gold doesn't weigh? Probably. Banks add a lot of immersion to the game. We were able to deposit all of our gold in it and even receive a letter of credit to avoid using any money. Buying boats or houses were another feature from banks and it makes sense for me. It felt real. You can even ask for loans if you need money and not paying back could affect your reputation. Reputation was covered in episode 1, but I think is very important to the immersion as well. I don't want small towns or villages, I want huge cities. But not only that, I want them to be more immersive and realistic with divisions. Having different types of districts will help a lot to feel the immersion. You are not supposed to talk to the king, enter any palace or castle, even the noble district. You should have a permission or something to enter there. You can always go to the normal districts with the other normal people. Maybe you can break through, but you will have troubles if any guards find you there. Doing some quests, maybe you can get a nobility title or something where you can do as you please, but when you are nobody, you should not be able to go where you want, when you want. You could be an assassin or something. They don't know you at all, so why the hell they will allow you to speak with who is in charge, or even some noble? It makes sense, right? It will be amazing to have a feature like this in the next game. To do so, we need massive cities, not just few houses and we are done. That's not immersive and that's not real. Also, where are all the farms and all the supplies and everything a city needs? Because I can't see any of that in Skyrim. They need to drink, they need to eat, they need to improve the economy, they need to do a lot of shit to keep a city running. Having the world leveling up with you is bullshit. What the fuck is that? This is one of the worst features in the game for me. You can go to the worst place on the map and maybe you are getting started. Well, don't worry because the enemies will be on your same level. Congratulations! I want classic mechanics back, where each part of the map have a certain level. It makes sense and feels very immersive. You can't go to that place you want to go because you are not prepared. That's suicide. The feeling of not being able to complete a quest because of that was great. You needed to improve before going back to do that quest. That's exactly why getting better ranks at guilds were not an easy task. For example, having ranks in Skyrim will not make sense because you can get high ranks just doing quest after quest, you will not have any problem at all. Now, with this system back again, maybe in your second quest you will not be able to finish it and forced to do something else until you get better and level up. That's the feeling of progression I was talking about before. What do you think about this? Maybe you think that this could kill your exploration, but that's not true. You can go wherever you want, but you will learn where you can and can't go. Once you can go there, you will feel really good because you did it. You feel like you are getting stronger, and that's amazing. I will never forget this, but when I was a kid, I was playing Final Fantasy IX, and very early on, there was a cave with a path leading to some mountains. Nothing stopping you from going outside, right? 100% freedom. But once you go there, you realize that you are fucked up because you encounter one of the deadliest creatures in the game, some fearsome dragons that will kill your entire party with just one magic attack. Progressing through the game, I was able to farm XP killing those dragons at the end of the game. That felt really good because I remembered how they killed me early on. Trust me, and I love having zones at a certain level. I'm not just fighting with enemies on your level the entire fucking game. Maybe some people like that mechanic, I'm not sure. But in that case, it will be awesome to have the option to choose any of them. Same as I said before in episode 1, adding stats back and add all the stuff, but adding the option to play old school mechanics or new mechanics with no stats. Let us decide how we want to play. Don't remove things that work well. Titles in Skyrim doesn't mean anything. You can be Thane and nobody gives a fuck. The only way that matters is when a guards want you to go to jail, and only in the city that you are Thane. Being a guild master doesn't mean anything. Again, nobody gives a fuck about your titles, but hell, they surely know when you steal from them, right? They also know all your stolen items as well. Very immersive. Titles should affect your reputation. And yes, I want reputation back. Watch the first episode for the reputation part. People need to know that you are a guild master and show respect. Maybe even unlocking some features like better prices, unique items, unique dialogues, etc. You get the point. In Skyrim, you can be the guild master from all the guilds. You can kill the emperor. You can be the best assassin in the province. Still, nobody gives a shit and they keep treating you the same way as when you were level 1 the first hours. It doesn't make any freaking sense for me, and that's something that bothers me the most. Titles are nothing, and I hate that. Titles should be something epic that you worked hard for achieving, and what do you get? Nothing at all. Not even a little respect. Same for being the Dragonborn. Only when you are doing the main quest, you feel like one. The rest of the game, well, you are just a random prisoner Even when you shout in front of everyone, they don't give a shit. They will keep treating you the same way. I'm a fucking legend. People born learning and hearing stories about the Dragonborn, and once they see one, it's like seeing a rat passing by. Something normal for them. That's not immersive at all. The dialogue should have lots of more options, like being rude, aggressive, friendly, or even a special dialogue for Dragon Ball related stuff. When accepting quests, a lot of the times they treat you like some idiot. Are you sure you can deal with that? I want to say I'm the fucking Dragonborn. I can deal with anything. But that option doesn't exist. And it bothers me a lot. Like in the previous video, I'm going to do a small recap about everything. The illumination requires improvements and doesn't feel real. Kills the immersion in many times. Entering a dungeon or inn with 2 candles and being able to see everything doesn't make sense. Sneaking needs a lot of work. NPCs are stupid and they go into passive mode few seconds after getting an arrow in the face. With smarter NPCs, we need better strategies. You will have more fun playing as a sneaky character. Thievery is the worst thing. People know when you steal something even if no one saw you doing it. People also know that what items are stolen for no reason. At least add some kind of ingenious way to explain why people know you stole something from them, like having some kind of rare sphere from Dwemer's that can record like a real security camera. Precious materials, I'm talking about smelting weapons and armors into ingots, but with some kind of restrictions not to abuse the system to level up smithing in no time. Guild halls and ranks. Guilds are massive, not just a couple of guys pretending to be a guild. Having halls in every major city like in previous game, but for that we need massive and realistic cities. Item weights needs improvements. Why the hell gold, keys or note doesn't weigh anything? They should. Adding banks will help the immersion, the ability to get loans and affect your reputation in case of not paying back, but also buy houses, boats or anything. Real cities with districts where you can go, where you can't go, where you want, when you want. You need to work hard to get a noble title or a letter allowing you to go inside those districts for some quest or any other reason. To do so, we need massive and real cities with farms and everything a city needs. World level to feel the progression of our character, being able to go anywhere, even the worst place in the province, and finding rats doesn't make sense, right? Each zone should have a certain level to avoid doing all the quests from one guild one after another, but also to feel the world more realistic. Titles don't mean anything when they should. You are always the random prisoner that deserves zero respect or privilege. NPCs need to react depending on who you are. That's all for now. This is the second part of the series and I hope you like it. As I said, this is my personal opinion of what I like and want to see in the next game. If you want to add something, please leave a comment below, because I also want to know what do you like and what do you want in the Elder Scrolls 6. I hope you have an amazing day. Thanks a lot for watching, my friend. See you soon.